Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to the NEPA TV show. I'm your host, NEPA TV. That's me, and we're going to be commentating, castating a PvT game on the map Pillars of Gold. I got the map this time. I finally did it. It just took 2 million times, but that's okay. Let's go and introduce the players. On the bottom left of the map, Pillars of Gold, we have Uthermal as the blue Terran, and the top right of the map we have as the red Protoss Strange. And he is going to wall off, interestingly enough. Or no, he's actually going to do that cool Protoss thing where they put their buildings on the edge of the cliff, and I believe that is to detect whatchamacallit, repairs. So that's pretty cool stuff. So anyways, yep, as I do know of Uthermal Strange, I am not familiar with this player. So this will be interesting to see what his playstyle is. He's sending out a probe to scout down yonder. See what his Terran opponent is cooking in the oven. And right now it doesn't look like much since it's a pretty early in the game. So we'll see what happens. Yeah, I'm not really sure what Terran really goes. I think Terran just goes bio, just basic bio. Versus Protoss, and they just, they do the drops and they do the things, and, that's great. Strange is, strangely, getting a Nexus before Cybernetics Core. I guess it's not that strange, but I just wanted to execute that pun there because I'm a lonely man. And this probe from Strange is actually being quite irritating to Uthermal, trying to get that command center down. He does get it down, but had to get another SCV to stop that harass. And a Marine is out for Uthermal at this time as well. We have a reactor going down too. So will we see reactors? Will we see a bunch of Reapers? Or not reactors, Hellions, my mistake. You see a supply depot going down as well. And yeah, I'm curious what to see. We are seeing an adept coming out for Strange, so we'll probably see some kind of aggressive maneuver with that adept, or he's going to use it defensively to stop the non-existent Reaper that isn't coming. That's right. And we do see, wow, a Twilight Council going down. What are we going to see? Are we going to see early Dark Templars? Are we going to see early Blink play? It might be Blink play because of the Stalker coming out, but I could be wrong. Because that could just be a stalker just to have one. Who knows? Who knows? We have Marines coming out, and we do see some Reapers coming out. Double Reaper, in fact. The Adept is moving out for Strange down to the south side. And he will be met with Marines shooting. Oh, never mind. Strange is being smart. Will he commit? He will not. Very nice lift up for Thermal on the supply depots to deny that Adept from getting up there. We do see a technical lab on a second barracks as well, and like clockwork, Thermal he just lifts up his barracks. That is cool to see. 2 Reapers are moving out, and we do have that factory that is complete. And we do see Blink, so we will see some Blink Stalker play at some point for sure. We also see a robotics facility, so will we see some kind of Blink Stalker warp and drop sort of thing? Shall see. 2 Reapers are moving out. We do see stim being researched for Thermal, as well as getting some Marauders and a Widow Mine. Do we see a starport in sight? No, we do not, but we do see an NG bay. One Reaper does go down, another Reaper does go on the base. He did not see the Twilight Council, so this will be pretty imperative for Strange to thwart that, and he does. Strange has no idea about that Twilight Council at all. He just missed it, so that is pretty substantial. We'll see if Thermal has enough to stop it. Box facility is complete. And we also have some missile turret at the front as well. Maybe expecting some kind of DT play. We'll see. We also see a robotics bay coming down, so we'll see if Strange transitions into some Colossi or Disruptors. So maybe this is just some kind of timing attack to secure possibly a third base or something like that. We do only see 2 gateways, I believe. Yeah, there's only 2 gateways for Strange. That is interesting. We do see a starport being built at this time. We do see a reactor on that factory as well. We got +1 going down. So will we see some kind of timing with this little Bioforce of Thermal? We shall see. And yeah, it looks like Strange is about to secure a third base. I'll probably do so when pushing out. Where is his Blink Stalker Force? There it is. Blink is complete. Is this Blink just for defense, or is he actually going to attack with it? I do see combat shield being researched. That'll be really nice to those Marines. And we also see some medevacs, and as expected, Strange is going to go for the Colossi route first. I think that makes sense. I rarely see Disruptor before Colossi with that Robotics Bay. You see Extended Thermal Lance. Those Colossi are pretty much naked without it. Did I hear something? Oh, he's destroying the unbuildable blocks or whatever building. And we'll see what happens. I'm trying to see. I swear I saw a Widow Mine somewhere. Am I wrong? Now we see a medevac, and it does have some bioforces inside. And at the same time, Thermal is going to start building his third command center, which Strange does see. Strange actually sees this Marine moving out. Not going to do anything to it. And Strange actually has a very nice position with the Observer. It's in Observer mode, and he barely sees the medevacs. Will he react in time? I think he does. He's going to blink up the ramp here. He did react in time. Also has a photon cannon to stop. He's going to kind of lure in the medevacs. And as they're going in, he'll blink right on top of them. So, whenever that happens, one Marine from Thermal is going over to the third base. And we are going to see a double-pronged attack. We have some Marines head over to third. We have two medevacs over here that's going to attack the main base, but they will be met by Blink Stalkers. The anticipation's killing me, man. So we shall see what else we see. We also have siege tanks. That's also another thing. PvT, seen a lot of siege tanks lately, surprisingly. We do have some of Strange's forces rendezvousing at the third base. This will easily stop this Marine force. So Strange is in a very good position. We have +1 being researched for Thermal at this time. Still nothing from those medevacs. I think Thermal expects something's up. Did he see? He still does not know about Blink. Charge is actually being researched. I forgot to mention that as well. We have 2 gateways coming out. And I think he repositioned his Observer. He did, to just kind of see what those medevacs will be doing. They're going to pull back. Wow. Dang, that's really too bad. Damn, that's really too bad. I thought for sure Strange would just blink on top of those medevacs, but I don't know. Thermal is not he's not feeling it. So he's just gonna attack, and he does see the Twilight Council, and that's pretty huge if he gets the cybernetic score. That will delay some attack. And then at the same time, we have the second attack for the Marines over here. Colossi are stopping that, and at the same time, one Colossus does join in on the fight for Strange. He is microing that Colossus back in. Those medevacs actually get taken out, and at the same time, Strange cleans up both attacks at the same time. Very, very clean micro for sure. We do have a War Prism out as well. That'll be nice to either... It looks like he's going to go for some harass. He might, once the main death ball of the Protoss might goes up to the Terran, he will probably micro those Colossi in and out of those War Prism. We have 3 siege tanks at the ready for defense. Uthermal in a pretty decent position still. We have a 4th base going down for Strange at this time, and we do have a move out for Strange as well. That War Prism is actually, I didn't think about that. That is the new proxy pylon, really, is that you just use that. So War Prism is pretty dang imperative nowadays, ever since that, and I know this was a long time ago, but ever since that War Prism nerf, if you will, or change, where you can't really make proxy pylons that easily anymore. We have, missile turret going down, very defensive position here. And we'll see what happens. Thermal is trying to secure his 4th base. Zelatar moving in, soaking up the damage from the siege tank. Very nice positions from Thermal, but there's actually a double-pronged attack from Strange. And it's looking pretty decent. Siege tanks are getting focused by the Colossi. Bioforce is getting taken care of. But it looks like Thermal is going to stop it. What are the upgrades? So 2 attack for the Protoss. I think the siege tanks were just in too good of a position and stop that for sure. Comsat goes down. We do see a recall for Strange. And Strange is going to get out of there, but not before losing a Colossus. That could prove pretty costly. Unless he could get away. Dang, that's too bad. He probably knew that he couldn't get away with that Colossus. So that's really unfortunate. But, hey, you know, there you go. So we have +1 armor coming down. That might have had an impact in that fight. We have +2 going down for Thermal. And he's also getting, what is it, vehicle weapons. So that'll be useful. He's also getting Ghost Academy. Also some in PvT. Ghost Academy, really good versus Protoss. Makes sense. EMPs, snipes. Well, not really snipes. That's more berserk. But snipes are, or EMPs are pretty dang good. It's a pretty long cooldown on recall. I didn't know that. I think that is mighty fine. Got another Colossus coming out. We do have the EMP upgrade to increase the shockwave radius of that EMP. And we also have some Archons being morphed as well. No Psystorm, I believe, is being researched. He's not even touching that. We do see attack from Uthermal. Will he go for the main? He does Comsat, sees the Protoss forces. Strange actually put a pylon over here, kind of see, I guess, detect the movement of Uthermal. He actually has pylons in 3 different places. I actually like this. It's kind of like an observer, but doesn't take up supply. It actually gives you supply. That's kind of cool. We have a shield battery, and we have some a photon cannon going down. That'll be a nice defensive position for sure. And we shall see what else. We got +3 coming out for both players. And they have a, not really relevant, but Thermal is getting more siege tanks, so that's cool. Thermal also playing pretty dang defensive. Stops, I think this was a Zealot kind of run by here. And Stranger's going to be warping in some more Zealots as well. He's really trying to poke and prod and see how much damage that he could do, but Thermal is just in a really defensive position. But Strange does know that he needs to make something happen. He is going to go in with these Archons. A blink forward, very ambitious. Will it clean up some of this force? Cleans up that siege tank. Do the EMPs go off? Yes, they do. Right on the Archons. One Archon is still full on shields. Colossi are pulling back. And a really nice choke here for Thermal. And oh my gosh, the Colossi doing so much damage on that Bioforce. It is forcing Thermal to lift up. Strange is going to pull back a little bit, and he is going to micro with that Warp Prism, the Colossi, but some of them aren't even attacking. And we'll see. It's going to be pretty close. Warping in units. Warp Prism does get destroyed, and that entire force from Strange gets destroyed. Probably should have backed up at that time, or maybe he didn't have enough time to do so. Who knows? But both players definitely not out of the woods yet, or out of this game yet, obviously. And what's the production actually for Strange? We got, let's see, whoops. I'm trying to see how many gateways he has. He definitely has a decent amount of gateways. He has like 8. Probably should get, oh, he has more. 9, 10 gateways. Yeah, that's pretty good. A little bit of oversaturation at his 4th base. He's actually going to 5th base at this time as well. Thermal is just sitting tight. He doesn't really have to get a 5th base. He's getting one now, obviously, but the reason why he's not doing so is probably because those mules will really do compensate, which is mighty fine from Terran players. And I do like I've mentioned many times, sensor towers are cool to see. And every other base, there's a sensor tower. Really useful. I actually want to see what he sees. Actually, right on the edge of the sensor tower. So next time the Protoss forces go over, it'll be cool to see. But got a disruptor coming out as well. And +3 armor is done for the Terran player. Got some libs coming out too. Those are pretty nice. And we do see a big move out from Thermal on the right side of the map. Probably going to set up siege tanks, and there's a stim going on. This base is going to be in, and Protoss is way out of position. He does have recall. Not for this base, but he could recall if he wanted to, but he's not going to. He's Strange is going to just go straight into the main base. Liberator's in a nice position, focusing on those Zealots. And Thermal is also going to just ignore it. He knows he's in a good position, and this Disruptor gets killed basically for free. I don't think there's enough forces to stop, and you can't really base race a Terran because he can just lift up like this. PF is doing quite a bit of damage, but Thermal is in the natural as Siege Tank set up. Will Strange have enough defense for this? I'm not so sure, but we shall see. He's trying to do as much damage, but Thermal still has quite a bit of forces that are pretty even. There is a mass recall, and fortunately, Siege Tanks are just in a really good position. We have a lot of them, too. We have about seven Siege Tanks. It's a lot of splash damage and damage in general. All right, there is a move out from Strange on one side. There is going to be a double-pronged attack. Siege Tanks are getting focused, but I mean, it's going to be cleaned up, but will Strange have enough to repopulate? Yeah, sure, re-macro his forces. There is a drop down from Thermal out of the medevacs. It's going to kite the remaining forces of Strange. It isn't looking so good, though. And Thermal is actually maxed on upgrades as well. And Strange is almost there. We have some High Templars coming out. I don't think Storm is researched. Those are instantly going to be Archons. So I guess Storm isn't that great in PvT. I guess that makes sense because of the Ghosts. There's a comm set up here at the third base of Strange. And this is pretty much it in terms of forces for Strange. So maybe with good micro, he can stop this. Siege Tank is being deployed. There is a fat EMP on the entire Protoss force. All of their shields go down. Those Zealots are now naked. They have no clothes anymore. Those Archons, I mean, there is one that is full. Oh, God. There is some nice micro with the Colossus, but that entire force of Strange is gone, and that is game. So Thermal really pulling it out of the bag, and unfortunately, Strange was way out of position when he did his attack. Just really unfortunate timing. But want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.